Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Classified Captures. Prepare for excitement that will have your hands clenching to your seats and your heart racing in ways you never thought were possible. Ready? Let's jump right into it. Instead of starting with something big today, we chose something ancient. Now that I think about it, it's also big as well. Instead of describing, allow me to show you. What do you see when you look at that? A dinosaur, right? Now, anyone who knows anything about these creatures should know that these things are extinct. Now, if they are, how come this was captured by an explorer in the mountains? No one has been able to provide answers, but the footage was checked out to make sure it was not fake. And guess what? Turns out it's very authentic. Could dinosaurs be living amongst us, or are we simply seeing the results of a secret experiment gone public? You tell us what you think. Stepping away from ancient and reptilian things, let's take a look at this trail cam capture. What do you think this is? Members of the team believe we may be dealing with a demon. Some state that it must be an otherworldly creature, whilst one, and I mean just one person, thinks this is an AI creation. Whatever the case, we're unable to verify. The only thing we know is that whoever posted this online has gone missing and has not been seen since. So what do you think we could be dealing with here? Our next footage was captured by a family that had a rather intriguing encounter with a creature in the woods. The creature, seemingly unaware of their presence, nonchalantly strolled into the heart of the forest. It was adorned with dark fur and stood gracefully on its two hind legs. Initially, the family was awestruck and scared, but after a few seconds, it dawned on them they had encountered a Bigfoot. They shared their footage online, and as expected, the community was divided about it. So what do you think? Bigfoot or not? Exploring the woods can lead to eerie and unsettling discoveries. This was the case for two friends who ventured in. Exploring the woods can lead to eerie and unsettling discoveries. This was the case for two friends who ventured into the wilderness to capture some footage. Initially, they were unaware of the bizarre presence they had inadvertently captured. Upon reviewing their images, their attention was drawn to a chilling figure hiding behind a tree. The creature had glowing eyes that pierced the darkness, and its pale, claw-like fingers were hooked around the tree, creating a nightmarish image straight from the realm of horror. What do you think this is, and why was it following them? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. This strange-looking creature had crept into the homes of villagers. It possesses a peculiar appearance that immediately sets it apart from the typical denizens of the nearby wilds. Its hairless body, dark eyes, and the presence of a long tail capped with a small tuft of hair all combined to create a striking image that bore an uncanny resemblance to a monkey. However, the creature's hairless condition raises questions, prompting speculation about whether it might be afflicted by a rare fur-eating disease or some other anomalous condition. Have you ever seen a creature this furless? Describe your experience. Picture this. It was a regular night, nothing out of the ordinary, but then strange noises started to fill the air. This is the story of our brave explorer who decided to go on a quest to uncover the source of the eerie sounds he'd been hearing. And what did he stumble upon? Well, brace yourselves. A mysterious being straight out of a sci-fi movie casually sauntered by. This creature was like something from another world. a pale, greenish body, a head that could rival even the biggest of pumpkins, and a ghostly aura that sends shivers down your spine. So folks, the million-dollar question: what in the galaxy do you think that could be? In this next footage, we see a woman who appears to be filming a video. Naturally, she's the focus, but once you start paying attention, you realize that something bizarre moves right behind her. A peculiar dark figure, the likes of which you've never seen, decided to make its grand entrance. This mysterious entity seemed to be floating, not walking, not running, but floating right behind her head. Its shape was beyond peculiar, almost as if it was crafted by the rules of a different reality. What do you think that is, and how come they've never noticed something like that moving around them? Could it be a fake? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Before you watch the next clip, could you please hit the like button, subscribe, and even drop a comment if you haven't already? It goes a long way to make it possible to create more videos for you. Thank you for doing so. Moving back to today's episode. This security footage might have captured a paranormal encounter. In the footage, you can see a floating light. The light looks like a horizontal arrangement of many light orbs. The orbs float from one side to the other. They are natural explanations for unusual light formations, such as camera glitches, atmospheric conditions, or even insects or dust particles reflecting light. The behavior of these orbs can sometimes be influenced by factors like wind, temperature, and lighting conditions. While some may quickly attribute such occurrences to the paranormal, what do you think this is? This image right here was captured by a trail cam. In it, you can see a huge creature with fur facing the camera lens. This creature is what the paranormal community would call a Bigfoot. But as we delve into this intriguing snapshot, I can't help but feel a lingering sense of skepticism. The image, while eerily captivating, does bear some telltale signs of a potential costume. But here's the catch. The existence of Bigfoot remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of our time. Countless sightings and accounts continue to pour in, and with the vast uncharted wilderness still to be explored, it's not beyond reason to entertain the notion that we might one day stumble upon something that defies our understanding. But until then, what do you think of this capture? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Imagine living in the solitude of a forest where the night is typically accompanied by the gentle symphony of nature's whispers. Sounds nice, doesn't it? But what happens when the tranquility is shattered by an unknown disturbance? On this particular night, this homeowner was roused from slumber by an inexplicable commotion. Expecting to spot a human intruder, they peered out of the window, ready to confront the unknown. However, what they witnessed was far from ordinary. Strolling through the darkness was a figure unlike any they had ever seen. It was humanoid in shape, and yet it possessed an eerie, transparent quality. The ghostly presence glided with an otherworldly grace, leaving a trail of bewilderment in its wake. One could make out its distant head and shoulders as it moved silently through the night. Late-night drives often have a tranquil quality to them, with the road ahead illuminated by the guiding light of your headlights. But for one driver, the solitude of the night was shattered by an unsettling sight captured on the dashcam. As the car cruised along the road, passing a series of road signs, something peculiar lay ahead. At first, it was just a strange object in the distance, a mere silhouette against the night. But as the vehicle drew closer, the mysterious figure became more distinct. There, on the side of the road, one could make out the figure of a being, or at least something that appeared to resemble one. It sat on the ground, legs crossed like a meditating monk, with a form that seemed human yet entirely white. A haunting, ghostly apparition seemingly caught in the act of deep contemplation. Is this a mere statue or artwork placed there? Or is there something far more unsettling at play? Share your thoughts. Just picture this scenario. You decide to set up a trail cam deep in the wilderness to capture the wondrous creatures of the wild. Your goal is to see nature's beauty in its purest form. But when you finally retrieve your device, you're in for an unsettling surprise. The motion detection camera did its job all right, but instead of capturing images of the usual animal inhabitants of the forest, it caught the enigmatic figure of a man who remains a complete mystery. This unknown individual donned a peculiar mask, adding a layer of strangeness to his presence. In his hand, he held some sort of container and seemed to be engrossed in gathering things from the ground. These images become even more unsettling when you notice that the man appears to be aware of the camera. In several frames, you can see him looking directly at the lens. This leaves us with more questions than answers. What was his motive for venturing into the woods, and why did he take an interest in your trail cam? Could it be just a curious neighbor playing a prank on the trail cam owner, or is there something ominous behind this peculiar encounter? Share your thoughts. Now here's an intriguing trail cam image that was shared by the official Glacier National Park account on Facebook. What makes it so captivating is their belief that they may have captured the elusive jackalope on camera. For those who aren't acquainted with folklore, the jackalope is a creature shrouded in myth and legend. It's often described as a fantastical hybrid between an antelope and a jackrabbit. The peculiar features that define this creature are the distinctive rabbit ears, an unmistakable identifier, and a pair of prominent antlers protruding from its head. The notion of such a fantastical beast roaming the wilds is a whimsical and amusing thought, and this image stirs the imagination. While most attribute the jackalope to the realm of tall tales, it doesn't stop us from daydreaming about such peculiar creatures and the mysteries they might hold. Here we have an Instagram user who embarked on a late-night adventure into the woods, and what they stumbled upon is truly perplexing. As they ventured further into the forest, their camera captured an astonishing sight. Peeking from behind a tree was a mysterious creature, its intent seemingly fixed on the adventurer. Yet as soon as it became apparent that it had been detected, the creature swiftly withdrew and retreated into the woods. Now, the individual who filmed this bizarre encounter strongly believes it to be none other than the elusive Bigfoot. But there's always room for speculation in situations like this. Was it indeed a genuine sighting of the legendary cryptid, or might there be a more earthly explanation for this mysterious creature? We'll let you decide. In the heart of the woods, with darkness almost cloaking the surroundings, a daring recorder stepped out to explore the landscape. While on this exploration, our fearless observer stumbled upon a figure so sinister it sent shivers down the spine. This spectral presence, with its pallid and grotesque visage, bore an eerie resemblance to the legendary rake, a creature straight out of nightmares. Unbeknownst to the intruder, this grotesque entity continued its unholy rites, all while the recorder's unflinching camera lens captured every blood-curdling moment. It makes you question whether those malevolent beings have lost none of their menacing aura, even as we unveil their horrors in vivid detail under the moon's eldritch glow. I know we have seen strange things on this channel, but brace yourself for this next one. This puzzling creature presents a terrifying spectacle akin to a gruesome hybrid born of unholy matrimony between a pangolin and a wolf. I mean, how else can you explain what you see? What's more, the capture unfolds in a sinister, dimly lit location evoking the shadowy depths of a malefic underworld. What nightmarish entity could have spawned this abomination, and what unspeakable horrors does it portend? Is this real, or is it basically AI generated? Share your thoughts with me in the comments section. On that note, if you still haven't liked, commented, or subscribed to the channel yet, please do so now before I send that creature after you. On a more serious note, it really helps out a ton and gives us the opportunity to keep making these videos for you. So please do so and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you very much. A group of fearless construction workers, knee-deep in their sewer-related tasks, suddenly found themselves immersed in a surreal mystery. Mysterious noises echoed from the depths below, drawing their curious attention away from the mundane work at hand. Their collective courage led them to investigate the unearthly sounds, embarking on an unexpected quest to uncover the source of these bizarre auditory disturbances. As they delved deeper into the unknown, their journey took an eerie turn. What they encountered was a female anomaly, a creature that defied categorization, emerging from the murky bowels of the sewer system. With its unsettling half-emerged visage, it gazed up at the assembly of workers as though it were a cryptic message from the subterranean abyss. The video abruptly concludes, leaving viewers pondering the inexplicable that lay beneath. What could this mysterious entity be, and how did these valiant men confront the puzzling presence and encounter? These are questions we may never have answers to. Three women with distinct appearances venture into a remote area shrouded in tall grass and enveloped by nature's embrace. The first two women sport short hair, while the third woman stands out with a long, flowing black hair that cascades gracefully down her back. Their enthusiasm and purposeful movements have given rise to speculative whispers, hinting at the possibility of them being witches, especially the woman with the long hair, who some describe as bewitching. The long dresses they wear, while traditional, don't necessarily align with this stereotypical image of witches. After all, people often dress in different ways for various reasons, and clothing alone isn't a definitive indicator of one's nature or intentions. But what do you think? Could they really be witches, or is it something else entirely? Kindly share your thoughts. In the depths of the unknown, a group of curious campers embarked on an adventure undeterred by the mysterious noises that echoed through the dark. As they ventured further into the mysterious wilderness, they were confronted by an otherworldly creature, a black entity that appeared to be a bizarre fusion of a wolf and a bear. This peculiar beast emitted strange sounds, its buccal cavity revealing a multitude of razor-sharp teeth, hinting at its predatory nature. What set this creature apart from the ordinary was its uncanny ability to shift between being on all fours and standing upright on its two hind legs, reminiscent of a human. But it was the most unsettling detail that puzzled the campers. The creature had no discernible eyes, leaving one to wonder how it navigated in the darkness. The campers may have survived this encounter, but the questions left in its wake may continue to haunt them and us. What do you think that was? Is it truly a paranormal being, or are we dealing with an actual wildlife creature no one knows about? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. A hiker was capturing the beauty of his surroundings on camera, enjoying the peaceful silence that surrounds him when out of the blue, a creature emerges from the shadows. At first, he's startled, But soon, that surprise and shock becomes nothing more than fear. It was the majestic mountain lion. Its piercing gaze is filled with curiosity. The camera keeps rolling, capturing a breathtaking encounter. You'd think after being discovered the mountain lion would leave, but no, it didn't. Instead, it attacked and tried to get the upper hand over the man. Thankfully, though, the man in question knew who and what he was dealing with. He started making loud noises and making himself big, which scared the animal off. If you are ever in a pinch with a mountain lion, you should do the same. Turning your back and running may just be the last thing that you do. The Amazon rainforest is home to a number of monkey species, of which the bald uakari monkey is one. This remarkable species stands out not only for its mesmerizing appearance, but also for its incredible ability to thrive in one of the world's most challenging environments. Its distinctive features and survival tactics make the bald uakari monkey a true mystery of the rainforest. Their adaptations for navigating the dense rainforest unravel the mysteries of their social structures, but there's also a pressing concern. The bald uakari monkey is endangered, facing threats from habitat loss and human activities. Have you encountered this monkey species before? Tell us about your experience. In the heart of an unknown area, a group of fearless men who appeared to be animal control experts stumbled upon a striking sight: a magnificent white bear. This impressive creature was making its way along a muddy trail. At first glance, the bear seemed harmless, a testament to the breathtaking beauty of its natural surroundings. However, nature can be unpredictable, and the tranquility was shattered when the bear, driven by instincts and perhaps feeling threatened, made a sudden lunge toward the men. What happened next was a testament to the courage and composure of the humans. One of the men stood his ground, his voice firm and resolute as he challenged the bear with a stern warning.
You get!
This brave confrontation caused the bear to rethink its decision, and with a reluctant retreat, it returned to the mud-covered path. This is a striking example of the unpredictable nature of wild animals. While this bear appeared cute and endearing at first, it quickly became wild and dangerous within a matter of seconds. In the dead of night, two siblings found themselves peering out of their window, their eyes drawn to a strange glowing presence that defied explanation. The world outside seemed shrouded in an unsettling mystery. Just when the silence was beginning to feel deafening, a sudden ear-piercing sound tore through the darkness.
Wait, I see something. It's coming towards. What was that white thing? Look at what happened.
The source of the noise remained a faceless mystery, shrouded in the obscurity of the night. Intrigued and perhaps a bit fearful, the siblings found themselves frozen in place. However, curiosity got the better of them, and the sister, armed with a trusty black phone, decided to document whatever was transpiring beyond the window. She held her phone steady, capturing the unfolding mystery for posterity. The questions flooded their minds. What could be making that bone-chilling noise? Was it a call for help from a distressed soul, or was it merely another puzzling riddle presented by the mysterious night? The answers hidden in the shadows remain just out of reach. Meet the long-wattled umbrella bird, a bird with a flair for the dramatic found in the mystical cloud forests of Ecuador and Colombia. What makes them stand out? Well, it's all about the wattle, a peculiar pendulous ornament hanging from their throats that looks just like an umbrella. The males put on quite a show with this wattle during courtship, and trust me, it's a spectacle you won't want to miss. When it comes to their diet, these birds are fruit lovers, but they'll also munch on insects. They play a crucial role in their ecosystem, helping to spread seeds and maintain the balance of nature. But there's trouble in paradise. The long-wattled umbrella bird, like many other species, is under threat. Habitat loss and fragmentation, mainly due to deforestation and human activity, are pushing them towards vulnerability. That's why conservation efforts are essential to protect their habitats and spread the word about their conservation. It's up to all of us to support these efforts and ensure that these remarkable birds continue to grace the cloud forests with their unique presence. In moments of chaos and emergencies, our attention is naturally drawn to the events at hand, such as accidents and injuries. However, some incidents defy explanation and leave us perplexed. This footage, captured at an accident site, is a perfect example of such a bizarre occurrence. Amidst the chaos of paramedics and bystanders tending to the accident, the camera person's gaze inexplicably fixated on something peculiar in the nearby woods. The scene before us showcases a figure set against a backdrop of trees adorned in autumnal hues of brown and orange. As we zoom in for a closer look, the peculiarities of this entity become apparent. The creature stands in stark contrast to the individuals bustling about at the accident scene. Its pale form, reminiscent of a humanoid, is visible from the waist up, with its lower body concealed by the trees. The striking dissimilarity between this entity and the people attending the accident raises perplexing questions. Is this a vengeful spirit? A spectre returning from the beyond? Did the unfortunate accident draw it to the location? Could it be there to harvest souls? Share your theories and interpretations in the comments section below. A group of friends embark on an adventure in the scenic mountains of Switzerland. Sounds like the beginning of a great trip, right? Well, it was until they stumbled upon something that defies explanation. What they witnessed was an object hovering by the mountainside, and it wasn't your run-of-the-mill balloon or drone. This thing had no visible strings or propellers, adding an extra layer of mystery to the situation. As they zoomed in for a closer look, it got even weirder. This object appeared humanoid with discernible features like a head, arms, and legs. The group couldn't shake off the eerie feeling that this thing had been there all day. Was it a flying human, an extraterrestrial visitor, or something else entirely? Intrigued, they returned the next day, cameras in hand, hoping against hope that it had all been a bizarre illusion. But no, the floating enigma was still there, defying the laws of gravity. Now we're left with more questions than answers. What on earth, or perhaps beyond it, could this be? If you live in the area, maybe you can help shed some light on this puzzling sight. Let us know if the mysterious presence in the Swiss mountains still lingers. In the heart of a lush and tranquil forest, an intrepid explorer embarks on a journey to document the wonders of nature. As they delve deeper into the woods, the camera captures the beauty of sun-dappled foliage and the symphony of birdsong that fills the air. Unbeknownst to the explorer, an extraordinary encounter awaits them on this ordinary day. They approach a towering tree, its gnarled roots seemingly rooted in centuries of secrets. As the camera pans towards it, a sudden rustle of leaves and twigs draws their attention to the tree's shadowy side. From behind the ancient tree emerges an enigmatic figure bathed in the muted hues of the forest. Standing at approximately 7 feet in height, the creature's form possesses an eerie skeletal quality reminiscent of a macabre marionette. Its face, more simian than human, lacks the softness of flesh, appearing as if it was stripped down to its skeletal foundation. The figure extends a bony, elongated arm toward the camera, its fingers reaching out tentatively as if guided by a distant memory. The gesture hints at past encounters with other explorers, leaving an unspoken question in the air. What creature is this? What secrets lie hidden within these woods? Why is it trying to stop the filming? Why isn't it trying to hurt them? So many questions. I don't want to believe this is a hoax. I want to believe there's a cool cryptid out there who isn't interested in hurting or running from us. Is that too much? Still on mysterious beings from the forest, take a look at this next trail cam capture. In this image, we see what appears to be a creature with dark fur lurking behind the tree. The subsequent image shows the same entity, apparently having moved forward, revealing more of its features. Now we can clearly make out a head and a pair of arms, one in front and one behind, as if it's mid-stride, resembling human arm movement during walking. However, it's the third image that truly stands out, showcasing what many who have seen the images believe to be Bigfoot in its full glory. So what do you think? Is this the real deal or not? Tell us in the comment section. Our next video, which was uploaded on the channel Seused, certainly presents an intriguing and mysterious object found in a basement. The footage shows a strange black object that appears to be shaking. If you come from where I come from, you'd know that shaking black orbs, like looking at things from the basement, are definitely things you should avoid. But looks like this YouTuber didn't get the memo. Once he uploaded the footage, however, various speculations were offered by viewers, suggesting it could be an egg or even a cocoon. However, without more context or information, it's challenging to definitely identify the object and determine its origin. Do you have any theories or thoughts on what this object might be? Personally, my theories may be too frightening or out of this world to share, but I'd love to hear yours. What do you think this is? Please tell me in the comments section. This intriguing footage was captured in Indonesia during broad daylight, offering a glimpse of the vast landscape adorned with tall orange and red-hued buildings. However, the focal point of this video is an enigmatic creature spotted atop a hill. The creature is dark, tall, and seems to lack visible legs, probably due to how far it is. Upon closer inspection, however, this unidentified creature appears to be moving in a manner reminiscent of a snail or a slug, employing a dragging motion. This unusual sight prompts audible reactions from the people in the vicinity. Their voices fill the background with gasps and pleas, likely expressing their concern and curiosity about the nature of this creature. As the creature continues its journey, it gradually disappears into the unknown, leaving viewers with a lingering mystery. What could this furry fellow be, and how did it manage to move without apparent legs? Members of the paranormal community who saw this, however, believe it's a Bigfoot and only lacks discernible legs because of how far it is. What thinkest thou? The footage you see reveals mysterious movements in the waters of Telemark, Norway. Do you see it? Water isn't supposed to move like that on its own. While it's difficult to determine the exact cause without more information, there could be various natural or man-made factors at play. It's possible that these movements are caused by underwater currents, schools of fish, or even submerged objects. The sounds of a boat's engine in the background might suggest some human activity in the area, but the absence of a visible boat adds to the mystery. The mention of cellular, which means Selma in Norwegian, adds a layer of folklore to the mystery. In Scandinavian folklore, the Selma is often described as a large serpentine lake creature. Many who saw the footage believe that this Selma is responsible. To truly understand what's happening in the video, it would likely require further investigation and analysis by experts in marine biology or environmental science or fisherfolk. Our untrained eyes can't really tell what's going on, and we're excited about the possibility of a monster being responsible. We know there are some among you with trained eyes. To such folks we ask, what do you see happening? We visit the home of a bewildered homeowner. She captures a series of inexplicable events that unfold in the sanctity of a living room. At the beginning of the video, a black cat curiously meanders about, piquing her interest, but soon to be overshadowed by something far more disconcerting. Strange, unnatural knocks seem to manifest and protrude from the walls, defying all rational explanation.
Can you stop? Fuck out!
The room, once serene, becomes a stage for these perplexing occurrences, sending shivers down her spine. As she attempts to address the disconcerting situation, a sense of unease pervades her voice. An eerie encounter occurs as she implores the unknown presence to depart, aiming the camera at the reflective surface in a bid to capture this strange phenomena. Suddenly, a second, uninvited presence emerges from the shadows, inciting an exclamation of fear and disbelief.
I don't know. And my reflection's creeping me out. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. You guys saw that, right? I'm not bugging. Like, here's my reflection.
As evening descends, a new twist in this strange narrative unfolds. The homeowner continues recording, unaware of the shadowy figure that traverses her space. Only when the source of illumination reveals the intruder's presence does she apprehend that she is not alone in her home. Who or what could be responsible for these unsettling, almost playful hide-and-seek manifestations? The answer remains elusive, leaving us to contemplate the nature of these mysterious occurrences. What are your theories and speculations? Please share them in the comments section. Many vast lands have gone to waste and don't seem to be wanted for keeps either, and the one in the next footage is no exception. The video showcases extensive plots of land marked with soil uplifts and incomplete grazing activities. Among the trees stands a figure dressed in stark white attire, so blindingly white that it's impossible to overlook. It remains stationary, its towering height standing out. Beyond its stature, little can be discerned about its other physical attributes. There's a belief that it might be connected to the numerous murder cases documented in the area. Some even suggest it's the spirit of one of the victims killed in the area. Looking at it, however, I believe there's more to the story than we're being let in on. Instead of a lost spirit, I'd want us to consider another possibility. It's a witch. If that's a far stretch, then possibly a member of a secret cult operating in the area. Before you dismiss it, take a good look at the figure in the footage. Do you not see that there's something ominous with it? In the remote wilderness of Alaska, a camper stumbled upon a sighting that has fueled speculation about the presence of the legendary cryptid, the elusive Bigfoot. The footage, taken from a hidden camera nestled among the leaves, offers a glimpse of a creature traversing the woods. At first glance, it's understandable why the camper believes this to be a Bigfoot encounter. The figure in question stands tall, displaying distinctly ape-like characteristics, and remarkably, it appears to be walking on two legs. This aligns with the classic descriptions associated with Bigfoot sightings. Is this another Bigfoot sighting, or are we simply seeing what we want to see and reading meanings into things that don't have such meanings? While it's common to witness animals perching on trees as if it were an everyday marketplace affair, I'm still utterly flabbergasted. It's the second time I've been proven wrong. Goats are exceptional climbers too. The location of this video clip remains unknown, yet it's clear the camera was strategically positioned to capture this astounding sight. White goats scaling an impressively tall palm tree. That alone doesn't suffice. It raises questions about whether these goats are specifically trained or controlled to perform this feat. Could the recorder have inadvertently placed the camera upside down? Well, forgive me for sounding skeptical, but the palm tree stands upright except for the apparent slant or curvy posture to it. Did I just describe a tree as being curvy? Oh, forgive me, but you get the idea, don't you? Either way, coming back to the video, if you know anything about goats, it's that they love to climb. I know that. All the members of the team know that. But it's simply hard to believe climbing palm trees was simply a part of their resume. Wild. In the dead of night, a lone motorcyclist embarked on a journey through the darkness, a GoPro camera affixed to his head, documenting his every move. Suddenly, the stillness of the night was shattered by the haunting sound of weeping echoing through the air. As he drew closer to the source of the mournful cries, he witnessed a chilling and otherworldly sight, a spectral figure akin to a woman materializing on his right. In a moment of curiosity mixed with fear, he turned his camera toward the eerie apparition, capturing it as it dissipated into nothingness. Did you capture that spine-tingling moment? A humanoid figure draped in a long robe vanishes before our very eyes. What could this special entity be? Was it a restless spirit beckoning him towards an unknown destiny, or perhaps something even more mysterious and unfathomable? A group of intrepid streamers decided to pay a visit to an old graveyard in the dead of night, all in the name of a thrilling, hair-raising adventure. They ventured deep into the cemetery. Their cameras were rolling, capturing every moment. Little did they know that they had captured one of the otherworldly residents of the graveyard. Slowed down footage, you can see it, an apparition, almost human in appearance, gracefully gliding across the camera's lens. It was as if the very atmosphere of the graveyard had come alive, and in that moment, it was all too clear that they weren't alone. And again, when you venture into a graveyard in the dead of night, you should probably expect some eerie company, right? In the serene wilderness of Lolo, Montana, a curious couple embarked on a snowshoeing adventure, a journey that would lead them into the heart of a perplexing mystery. As they traversed the snowy landscape, their eyes fell upon a peculiar set of tracks nestled just beyond the bounds of a small frozen lake. What made these prints truly remarkable was their unconventional nature. They possessed not the customary 5 toes, but a mere trio of toes. A further twist of intrigue awaited them as they stumbled upon a 5-foot-long stick lying nearby, seemingly connected to the enigma of the free-toed tracks. They tried following the tracks, but it led them into the woods, and since it was getting late, they aborted the mission. But you have to wonder, what creature could have left behind those perplexing tracks with only 3 toes, and was the presence of the stick mere happenstance or intricately linked to this mysterious enigma? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Here's another spooky encounter that folks think might be a sighting of the infamous rake. So get this, a young kid who lives with his folks near the woods decided to do a little late-night exploration. He heard some eerie noises rustling in the bushes not far from where he was, and of course, being a brave little adventurer, he just had to go check it out. As he approached the source of the unsettling sounds, guess what happened? Out of nowhere, this super weird pale creature popped its head out from behind a tree and locked eyes with the boy. Talk about a jump scare. Our kid was so freaked out by the sight of this thing that he sprinted away as fast as his legs could carry him. And can you hear the fear in his voice if you watch the footage? Whew, yikes. In the remote wilderness of Alaska, a camper stumbled upon a sighting that has fueled speculation about the presence of the legendary cryptid, the elusive Bigfoot. The footage, taken from a hidden camera nestled among the leaves, offers a glimpse of a creature traversing the woods. At first glance, it's understandable why the camper believes this to be a Bigfoot encounter. The figure in question stands tall, displaying distinctly ape-like characteristics, and remarkably, it appears to be walking on two legs. This aligns with the classic descriptions associated with Bigfoot sightings. Is this another Bigfoot sighting, or are we simply seeing what we want to see and reading meanings into things that don't have such meanings? While it's common to witness animals perching on trees as if it were an everyday marketplace affair, I'm still utterly flabbergasted. It's the second time I've been proven wrong. Goats are exceptional climbers too. The location of this video clip remains unknown, yet it's clear the camera was strategically positioned to capture this astounding sight. White goats scaling an impressively tall palm tree. That alone doesn't suffice. It raises questions about whether these goats are specifically trained or controlled to perform this feat. Could the recorder have inadvertently placed the camera upside down? Well, forgive me for sounding skeptical, but the palm tree stands upright except for the apparent slant or curvy posture to it. Did I just describe a tree as being curvy? Oh, forgive me, but you get the idea, don't you? Either way, coming back to the video, if you know anything about goats, it's that they love to climb. I know that. All the members of the team know that, but it's simply hard to believe climbing palm trees was simply a part of their resume. Wild. Now let's unravel a peculiar sighting that occurred in the vast Canadian mountains. Picture this. A lone hiker surrounded by the breathtaking wilderness stumbles upon an inexplicable scenario. As the hiker's gaze goes down the mountain, a peculiar sight unfolds before them. It's a creature, or at least something that appears to be one. What makes this sighting truly baffling is how it moves. The rock seems to be lifted from beneath as though some unseen force resides beneath the surface. What could be causing this eerie phenomenon? But hold on. The strangeness doesn't stop there. As this mysterious movement inches closer to a backpack resting on the ground, our expectations are defied. Instead of the backpack itself shifting, a sudden gust of wind whips through, making the backpack straps flutter through the air. The movement then passes by the backpack and moves out of sight. What could this be? Some kind of new natural phenomenon or something else we should be concerned about? Have you experienced something like this? Please tell us in the comment section. Starting with a disconcerting twist, this recorder seems to have stumbled upon something truly unsettling. With the camera slowly gliding through the dense shadows, it finally settled on a path so shrouded in darkness that even the lush green leaves seem to have lost their vitality. What adds to the spine-tingling atmosphere are the ominous sounds and faint snarls that pierce the silence, rising from the hidden depths of the gloom. The whole setting exudes an aura of dread, as if some malevolent force lurks just beyond the camera's view. Could it be a lurking wolf, a rabid dog, or something far more sinister, unleashed by the depths of the forest? We never find out because the hiker suddenly bolts out of the place. He claims there was a creature there, but we can hardly see it. Some members of the paranormal community have called him out for lying. After watching the footage yourself, what do you think is going on here? Now, it's amazing how over the years there's been a surge in the number of close encounters with paranormal creatures. It's almost as if these enigmatic beings are stepping out of the shadows and into the spotlight of reality, and this next footage is another one for the books. We see a person filming in the woods after he spotted a strange creature popping its head out of a sewer pipe. The creature has an extremely pale face as it pops its hairless head out to look at the hiker and hides back in the sewer. Now, I'm no wildlife expert, but I can't think of any creatures in the forest with hairless heads, except maybe the elusive rake. Yeah, you heard me right, the rake or some other night creature. These creatures are more of nightmares than they are reality. You see, stories of these beings often leave people with a chill down their spine, and this footage, well, it's just another piece in the puzzle of these perplexing paranormal encounters. The trail cam video you see on your screen captures an eerie and mysterious sight in the middle of the woods. In the early hours of the morning, around 3 a.m., a strange mist or smoke-like substance suddenly appears, seemingly emanating from above and right in front of the camera lens. The timing and appearance of this mist create an uncanny and otherworldly atmosphere. It's not uncommon for trail cams to capture unusual phenomena in the wilderness, often sparking speculation and curiosity. Some might interpret this as the breath or presence of a large creature. I mean, look at it. It looks like the steam that comes out of an individual while breathing in a cold and icy region. Only this time, if it's indeed someone exhaling steam, then you and I can tell that someone would have to be very large. Given the fact that this large being or thing is sitting directly above the camera and looking toward the direction of the grazing deer, we can conclude that whatever it is, it's a predator that's interested in consuming the creature. Some have mentioned Bigfoot, others a werewolf, and some others a dogman. What about you? What do you think could be creating that steam from breathing in and out? Tell us in the comment section. Picture this. You're meandering through a quiet forest when you suddenly turn around and come face to face with a chilling, menacing visage. The creature before you, with the appearance of a wolf, wears an expression that could send shivers down anyone's spine. Its teeth gleam menacingly in the surrounding darkness. As you gaze upon this creature, one word comes to mind: werewolf. Tales and legends, these beings spell doom for the human race. Looking at this image, you see aggression and a menacing look that will scare anyone. This is the traditional look of the werewolf we are used to, unlike the ones from earlier on in this footage. The question that lingers is this footage authentic or is it an elaborate hoax? Werewolves have been long the stuff of myth and legend, but there is a persistent fascination with their existence. Is this encounter a glimpse into the world of the supernatural or merely a result of clever trickery? Tell us what you think. Do you believe in zombies? If you answered no to this question, it won't be a surprise. But what if I told you the US government has a foolproof plan to handle a zombie apocalypse it teaches to its new army recruits? Not so weird now, is it? In this footage posted by YouTuber Mr. Illusion, we see what appears to be a strange person walking in the woods, notably without a head and carrying a sickle-like instrument. While seeing someone carrying a sickle in the woods might be odd and weird, depending on the woodland area where the person is seen, there's literally no explanation for a headless man moving through the woods. Could this be the proof we have been waiting for concerning the existence of zombies? Many paranormal enthusiasts who saw the footage believe it to be so. There are some who approved it with skepticism, though believing it could be a cleverly orchestrated hoax. Some even pointed out the fact that it looks like a man with his jacket over his head, but the rest of the paranormal community punched holes in this theory, stating that it was indeed a headless man. The good thing about this footage is it's of great quality and we can all see what's happening within it. Instead of telling you what my personal opinion is, I thought I'd ask you instead. What do you think we are dealing with here? Tell us in the comments section. We really love to hear it. In this footage of a potential Yeti sighting, the creature appears to be moving in a snowy setting, further aligning with the typical locations where these cryptids are said to be spotted. Yetis, often referred to as the Asian Bigfoot, are indeed captivating figures in cryptozoology and folklore. Like their Northern American counterparts, Yetis are described as large, furry, ape-like creatures with human-like features. The key distinction is their habitat. Yetis are primarily associated with the Himalayan mountain range and are often reported in snowy or high-altitude environments. Footage may be somewhat unclear, but it's essential to remember that such encounters are often fleeting and challenging to capture with perfect clarity. What do you think as far as the authenticity of this footage goes? Say you decided to take keeping fit seriously, and with that, you wake up extra early to fulfill that dream. But upon reaching the gym about to start, you hear creaking sounds. Curious about the sounds, you check it out, but you meet a gym machine moving without anyone on it. What would you do? This footage captures a scene in a quiet neighborhood adjacent to a parking lot where a red car is parked. However, the focus of the video is on a black gym machine that is in inexplicable motion as though a spectral presence is using it for a workout. The machine moves in a manner that suggests a human-like effort to engage in physical exercise. As we all can see, however, there's no one there. Could a ghostly being be responsible for what we are seeing, or is there a more logical explanation for the whole thing? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. We'd really love to hear them. In a dimly lit hallway, a vigilant security camera captures the unsettling presence of a mysterious figure. At first glance, it remains elusive, crouched and concealed within the obscurity, as if it's intentionally avoiding the piercing light. Yet, with the camera's watchful eye, we can gradually discern its form. This figure, shrouded in darkness, seems to take on an eerie resemblance to a nun. Its intent in this peculiar setting remains unclear as it meticulously examines its surroundings. With each cautious glance, it becomes apparent that this entity is no ordinary visitor. Unexpected twist, as if bound by some arcane transformation, the entity undergoes a bizarre metamorphosis. It distorts into a larger insect-like form, leaving us both bewildered and bewilderingly disturbed. With a sudden and astonishing speed, it scuttles away into the shadows, disappearing from sight like a startled bug avoiding probing eyes of a curious observer. Mysterious occurrence leaves us with more questions than answers, inviting speculation about its nature and the motives of this cryptic visitor. What could prompt such a perplexing transformation, and where did this being come from? Today's video is turning out to be a Dogman fest. Take a look at this next capture. In this image, we can see an extraordinary creature resembling a black panther, but notably upright on two legs. This bipedal stance is quite unusual for panthers and other typical quadrupedal animals. But a closer look, and you'd realize that its limbs are set up like you would expect the limbs of a humanoid to be, and not that of a quadrupedal. So what do you think this is? I want to say a dogman, but we've had many different types of canine-looking creatures that have been associated with the dogman. This creature, however, looks like what Professor Lupin from the Harry Potter series would look like. Could it be? I mean, it's a long stretch, but could this be a werewolf? Before you come at me in the comments section, please share your thoughts. Yes, this looks scary and shy. I'd expect a werewolf to be fiercer, but then again, do share your thoughts in the comments section. The Atretachanoa aiselti, also affectionately known as the penis snake. This intriguing creature was first uncovered in the depths of the Amazon rainforest in Brazil. It belongs to a unique group of legless amphibians known as caecilians. Now, what sets the Atretachanoa aiselti apart is its striking cylindrical body shape, bearing a remarkable resemblance to a certain part of the male anatomy. Nature's sense of humor, right? Imagine strolling through the rainforest and encountering this unique fellow. This peculiar creature reminds us that the natural world is full of surprises and oddities. It's a testament to the diversity of life on our planet, where even a penis snake can find its niche and give us a good chuckle along the way. And with that, we conclude today's episode. Thanks for staying with us. If you have any trail cam footage you'd like the rest of the world to see, please send it over to us at classifiedcaptures@gmail.com. We'll upload it in our next episode and give you the credit unless you want to remain anonymous. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as it really helps us out a ton. See you in the next one.